Hey y'all, Vaughn Twins here. I'm Kiana.
And I'm Kenya.
And welcome back to another video on Vaughn Twins channel. We'd like to say thank you guys so much to our new subscribers and ask that all of our viewers watching this video go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We would love it if you do. It would just bless our hearts, you guys. I'd like to also ask that you turn on your post notifications so that you'll be notified when Kenya and I upload a new video. Okay, so you guys, today we have a very, very special guest, as you all can see, sitting here beside Kenya and I. She is amazing, she is magnificent. She is just wonderful, you guys. So this is our mom. Say hi.
Hello.
And she is here visiting with us here in Dallas, Texas. So the topic of discussion, as you all have noticed from the title, is fibroids. We're talking about fibroids again today. We wanted to bring my mom onto the channel so that she can share some of her experiences, testimony, story, or what have you, regarding her issues and, I don't know, just her experience dealing with fibroids. If you all are not aware, Kenya and I have our own story as it regards to fibroids. So if you all want to get caught up with that, make sure that you click the little I right here and make sure that you all are up to date with me and Kenya's stories, as we have both had multiple surgeries for the removal of fibroids. So we're gonna just jump right on into my mom's story. If you all are interested, then keep on watching.
So, about 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with uterine fibroids. My menstrual cycle every month was really heavy. I couldn't understand why. So I went to the doctor and I was diagnosed with uterine fibroids. The fibroids were so large that they had made my stomach really big. The doctor told me that the fibroids that I had made my stomach the size of a 6-month pregnant woman. So the fibroids needed to come out immediately. They did not want an emergency situation where I started bleeding and I couldn't stop. So it was an emergency. So I had to have a hysterectomy where they took out my uterus. They kept my ovaries in, but they took my uterus out. I healed well from the surgery, but I went through some changes mentally from having my uterus taken out. I grieved from my uterus because shortly after I did some research and I found out that I probably did not have to have a hysterectomy. I could have had a myomectomy. And back then they were not doing a lot of myomectomies. And myomectomies are when they just take out the fibroids. So I grieved for my uterus. And so I had that done and I healed well, but I still had the remnants of having that surgery. So doctors won't tell you, well, my experience is that a lot of doctors will not tell you of alternative things that you can do to combat fibroids. They're taught in a medical model and they only want to cut, basically. That's been my experience. I am a registered nurse, so I do have some experience in the field of medicine, and my experience has been that that's doctors' answers. Let's just cut it out. But you really have to be your own advocate, and you have to do research, and you have to be willing to get a second opinion, get a third opinion, pick up a book, talk to other people, talk to, holistic doctors, talk to people like that to find out things that you can do to combat your fibroids, to shrink your fibroids. There's things that you can eat, there's things you can cut out of your diet to help to combat those fibroids. You can decrease the amount of stress, you can decrease caffeine. There's a lot of things that you can do to help yourself. So you really, really just have to be your own advocate So like I said, I did have my uterus taken out, but I do have my ovaries still. So I get some hormones from my ovaries. So every lady part that we have as women releases different hormones in our bodies that we need, because I mean God gave it to us, and that's we need those hormones to keep us regulated. So because I do still have my ovaries, I do get some of the estrogen and the progesterone that's needed, but not in the greater amounts like what the uterus secretes. So really, I urge you, if you have uterine fibroids, really be your own advocate and do research. Don't just let a doctor tell you, we have to cut it out. Now, there are going to be some cases where you will have to have surgery. You might have to have a hysterectomy, but if that is the case, make sure you go into it with your eyes wide open, knowing exactly what's going to happen to you, you know, how you're supposed to heal, what your body is going to go through after the surgery, because that's where the challenge is really going to come in, after the surgery.
So you mentioned like hormonal changes that you could possibly go through.
Yes.
As a result of having a major gynecological surgery.
Yes.
What would some of those hormonal changes be, just based on your experience? Would it be brittle hair, nails, the inability to lose or gain weight? Or like what would some of those things be?
Okay, so having a hysterectomy or having a myomectomy, because it can throw off your hormones, and the hormones that's tied to regulation of different functions in our body. You can have profuse sweating, hot flashes, just really being uncomfortable at times, some brittle hair and nails, yes, confusion. A lot of women they report having some confusion because their hormones are kind of off whack. So just know that there will be some hormonal changes if you have to have surgery, whether it's a myomectomy or a hysterectomy. But the hysterectomy would really give you the major hormone changes. Now, like I say, I had my uterus taken out, so I didn't go through. I had my uterus taken out, but they kept my ovaries in, so I didn't go through this major menopause, which is what they say would happen when you have a hysterectomy. But still, you still go through hormonal changes within your body. So just, cutting out a lot of junk food and sugar, just a lot of different
Fatty foods,
greasy foods, fried foods. There's a lot of things that you can really do to help yourself. So you really, really have to be your own advocate. And I just urge you to really be your own advocate and be willing to do the hard work so that you can combat the fibroids. There's so many millions of women in the United States that's diagnosed with fibroids every year, and black women are more susceptible to fibroids. I don't really know why, but black women are more susceptible to fibroids. And so yeah, just really, really be your own advocate. And if you have any questions or concerns.
Yeah, so if you all have any questions or concerns, if there are any questions that you all want to ask my mom or questions that you want to ask Kenya and I, make sure that you put it in the comment section down below. There are some resources that we will provide for you in the description section. The resources will state what some of the hormonal changes may be. as a result of having a myomectomy or a hysterectomy. We just wanted to make this video and allow you all to hear my mother's story or testimony about maybe the after effects of having a hysterectomy if you all are considering having that done. So we thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure that you all also list some resources for some of the other people who are commenting so that they can learn as we learn and as we help you all learn. We just want this to be a community to where we can all learn together. Again, the point that we just really wanted to come on and bring home is that you all really have to be your own advocates, especially in today's day and age. You have to be your own advocates. Nobody is going to take care of you like you. So make sure that you're putting in the research and make sure that you are sacrificing what needs to be sacrificed, you guys, that you're not fulfilling, you know, your flesh, your cravings or whatever, but that you're always thinking about the long haul and how what you put into your mouth today can affect you in the future. And that's the message that we wanted to just really bring home. So before we bring this video to a close, y'all go on ahead and show our mother some love in the comment section below. It's not easy to get in front of anyone really and tell your story about having to have any kind of procedure done as it pertains to uterine fibroids. As Kiana stated, we really wanted my mother to share her experience concerning it, just so that you all can get someone else's point of view besides me and Kiana's.
Right.
One more time, if you guys have not tuned in to our story, we're going to include a card above. It'll be on the right hand side so that you can tune into that video and listen to what Kiana and I had to go through as a result of our uterine fibroid experience. So again, show our mother some love in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up, guys. She cares about you guys the same way that we care about you guys, and that's the reason that she made it a priority today to tell you guys her story. Yes. So again, make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and turn on your post notifications so that you'll know when we upload a new video. We love you guys so much, and until our next one, bye.